What do you make of all this ERA business?
I've never been discriminated against, and I think some women like to blame sexism for their failures instead of admitting they didn't try hard enough.
Phyllis has strong beliefs. Her newsletter reached thousands of women, and she grew that base, and she included people that previously weren't politically active.
See, the women's liberation movement has convinced everybody it's a bipartisan issue. So we need to get the word out fast that it is controversial and that we homemakers are not being represented.
She galvanized thousands of housewives who felt that they were being marginalized by the women's liberation movement and to vote against the Equal Rights Amendment.
What I am against is a small, elitist group of Northeastern establishment liberals putting down homemakers.
She really caught lightning with women who felt threatened by the change that the women's liberation movement represented in the 70s. Homemakers who were afraid that they were going to lose their status. Phyllis really tapped into that fear.
She was trying to protect what she saw traditional family values. It was all about preservation rather than embracing change.
I read your newsletter. It's all hysteria and lies. Unisex bathrooms, no child support, girls in foxholes.
I'd gone to University of Michigan and people were talking about, you know, women might have to get drafted if that equal rights thing goes by. And I thought, well, I don't want to be drafted. What are they talking about? All you have to hear is a little pop like that. And that's really what's going on now.
Phyllis took that fear and that anxiety and really capitalized and kept the constitutional amendment from being ratified.
We must stop these commie lesbians from changing our way of life, or it will be chaos.
All right, thank you, Mary Frances. Thank you.
95% of the women who are part of the Stop ERA movement were very religious, and I think that can't be discounted.
By reaching out to Mormons and reaching out to Orthodox Jewish people and reaching out to evangelical people, she was able to create a like-minded group of voters.
We do need to be united if we're going to have a successful national campaign.
She galvanized a group of housewives to become a political force and really kind of stitch together what are now the conservative religious movements to become a political bloc.
I think that's real sisterhood, girls.
I think it's disputable whether or not Phyllis Schlafly actually single-handedly brought about the defeat of the ERA. But what's not disputable was her role in bringing about the coalition of the religious right.
And if the liberationists have a problem with that, they're going to have to take it up with God.
The conservative women's movement, it was one voice, one message, and Phyllis was undoubtedly the leader of that movement.
They say that women are like tea bags. You don't know their strength until they get into hot water.